News Channel 5 begins now with breaking news.
I saw many injuries. I saw people dead. I saw everything broken. It's just terrible.
On edge and on high alert tonight as the city of Brussels becomes the latest target of a terrorist attack.
ISIS is claiming it is behind this latest massacre, and it comes just days after the Paris bomber was arrested in a Brussels suburb. And right now, a raid and a manhunt are underway in Belgium because authorities believe that one of these three men is on the run.
All three are believed to be suspects in the bombing at the airport. And we just learned an ISIS flag as well as nails and chemicals were discovered at a home outside of Brussels. 30 people were killed and another 230 were wounded as a result of the attacks. An official with the airport says an undetonated bomb was found inside of the airport, and authorities were able to safely detonate it. And investigators say that the bombs were sophisticated.
Everyone was in panic. We had to run just because the situation was such, everyone was scared, so everyone ran.
So now investigators overseas are looking to see if the bombs match those used in the Paris bombings in November.
And here at home, there are plenty of questions about just how safe our transportation hubs are. And with the RNC arriving in less than 4 months, the spotlight is on Cleveland. Derek Waller spent today investigating the plans here. And Derek, you're getting details about additional security preparations ahead of the RNC.
Yeah, as well as in response to today's terror attacks abroad. There is no known threat here in Cleveland, but still, local police and the TSA are already making immediate, visible changes. Police canines patrol the airport's unsecure areas before the TSA checkpoint. Passengers will see more of that moving forward. Interim Airport Director Fred Zabo tells me the TSA is making changes too.
But you'll see more canine units. They also have behavior detection officers, which are plainclothes individuals who observe any behavior that might be suspect.
But many procedures won't change. No changes to the TSA pre-check program that allows fingerprinted passengers access to expedited screenings. And airport employees, though still subject to random screenings, will not undergo mandatory screenings. National security expert Tim Dimoff tells me that's a vulnerability.
Having your airport employees screened at a specific checkpoint before they get into the airport is not a bad idea.
Today, the Department of Homeland Security also announced they will stop, quote, people of suspicion from traveling to the U.S. from Brussels. But Americans planning to travel abroad need to be vigilant, too, and keep up on terror warnings.
Americans are targets, and the safest place for Americans is inside our country, and it's not outside the country, but it doesn't mean you can't travel.
Paul Erb and his wife are keeping that in mind on their way to Texas.
I think as parents, it makes us even that much more aware.
Before having kids, they were in Germany 5 years ago. Any apprehension about going back to Europe?
I would have more today than I did back then, just because of, what tensions seem to be going on in Europe.
We also learned today how the Secret Service is coordinating security efforts here in Cleveland ahead of the RNC in July. I learned there's going to be at least 4,000 to 5,000 additional officers descending on Cleveland. Some of those will be permanently stationed at the airport, though we do not yet know how many. I also today reached out to the RTA and Amtrak, both of them telling me they've been on heightened security alerts since 9/11. Amtrak telling me they are deploying additional officers on their trains. Live at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, Derek Waller, News Channel 5.